I'd like to start by welcoming you to our 25th year, recognizing our school-related Employee of the Year in Sarasota County. My name is Al Hereda. I work in Human Resources. I'd like to, first of all, I said this last year, but I'll say it again. My family always tells me I don't do a good delivery on a joke, so hopefully you can all bear with me and we can just have a great time. We're going to start, if everybody would, stand so we can have the presentation of the colors as well as the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to take a moment to thank the Venice Middle School Young Marines under the direction of Major Michael DeBrule. Give him a round of applause. I'd also like to take a second, just since we're all standing, to thank the Booker High School Jazz Ensemble for their wonderful... You can be seated. Hopefully all of the nominees enjoy their afternoon today, and hopefully they feel honored and respected. We couldn't run a school district without all of you. This committee consists of, and if they could please stand, I just want to recognize them really quick. Pat Black, Sarah Dan, Susie DeBose, Betsy Hooper, and Karen Shirley. If you can give them a round of applause. And also as part of, not part of the core of the committee, but we do have members that help us that work in the district office of Bonnie Bell, Jean Caparasso, who doesn't work in the district office, I apologize, Jerry Goburn, Mary McCurry, and Judith Ott. So if you know any of them, I'd like for you to say thank you to them because they do a lot for us to pull this together. This year, Sherry Reynolds is not able to be here, but we do want to recognize her for the effort that she does for the golf tournament. We don't have the solid numbers of all the sponsors and everybody's participation, a lot of which are in this room, which a lot of the funds that we raise go for this celebration. But our numbers are, it looks like right now that they are the highest that we've made in any of the years we've been doing that, so I appreciate that. So present the sponsors certificates. We're going to have Susie DeBose and Betsy Hooper.
Good morning, Superintendent White, board members, sponsors, our wonderful nominees, and guests. I've had the great fortune of being a member of the SREOY committee for a few years now, and I can tell you that every year is as exciting as the last. It's fabulous that we get to recognize these colleagues that make such a significant contribution to student achievement and a nice work site. I can also tell you that we wouldn't be able to have this celebration without our wonderful sponsors, our very generous sponsors. So if you'll allow me a few minutes, I'd like to recognize these valuable business partners. And we have quite a few, so if you'd hold your applause to the end, that would be appreciated. And Betsy, thank you. When I call your name, if you'll stand, Betsy will zoom out to you and give you your certificate. I'd like to start with our friend sponsors. Sarasota County Association of Educational Office Professionals and their president, Ms. Marcilla Gill, is here today. Thank you for receiving your certificate. And is Pat Gardner here? Our Sarasota Classified Teachers Association is also a friend sponsor. Thank you, Pat. We have two silver sponsors in attendance today. The United Way of South Sarasota County, Ms. Marianne Terry. And Magnum Builders, a sponsor for quite a number of years. Mr. Mike Baltzer, the president, is here with us today. Mr. Baltzer. Moving on to gold sponsors. We have our own Education Foundation of Sarasota County, Ms. Susan Scott, the Executive Director. She's over here. Harvard Jolly Architecture is once again with us this year. Mr. Darrell McLean, who runs the Sarasota office. Thank you, sir. John F. Swift, also a partner for many years. Jason Swift, president, is here. McIntyre, Elwell, and Strummer, general contractors. And we've got Mr. Strummer, Fred Strummer, here with us today. PDQ, our new neighbors at the landings. Andrew Massengill, their Sarasota Operations Director is here, and Cameron Bergner, the Sarasota Manager. As you can see from the slideshow, we do have some sponsors that were unable to attend. I'd like to recognize Stewart Tennis Courts and Fencing, Tampa Bay Train, Florida Blue, Humana Vitality, Pennsylvania Steel Company, Public Supermarket Charities, and REX Insurance Brokers. Before I move on to our platinum level sponsors, once again this year we have Pro Floors with us, and Mr. Mark Campbell will be accepting the plaque for Mr. Brian Aliotta, the president. If you'll come up here, please, Mark, we'd like to give you your plaque up on the stage. Great. Thank you so much. We're going to do a photo op. Sorry. Smiling behind there. This was rehearsed, too. See? Okay, that's good. We're all good. We've moved the stage around, so thank you for your flexibility. All right, also in attendance, longtime partners Tandem Construction is with us today, and Mr. Peter Hayes, president. If you will come up and get your plaque, please.
Thank you.
And our lead sponsors, and the provider of that snappy Prius C out there that gets great gas mileage. You can tell I'm a car buff. Germain Toyota, Mr. Mike Balick, please come up and receive your plaque. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you very much to our very generous sponsors. Without you, we would not be able to pull off this wonderful day for our nominees. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie. At this time, we're going to hear from our 2013 School-Related Employee of the Year winner, and A Year in Remembrance by Marcilla Gill.
Good morning. Almost afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon to our school board members that are present, superintendent and our cabinet members. Congratulations on the referendum. And thank you for allowing me to attend this event today. Thank you to the School-Related Employee of the Year Committee. You guys always do an awesome job. Thank you. To our school-based and department administrators, our SCTA members, SCAOP members, I think there are a few of them here today. Thank you for being supportive. A special thank you to Mr. Andrew Massengill for your support of SCAOP scholarships. Thank you. Toyota, the Toyota family, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am nervous, in case you guys are wondering. I'm stuttering and everything, but it's okay. I'll be done in a minute. My lunch is waiting for me, so. I just want to thank a few people, our sponsors, our distinguished guests, and of course to my supervisor, Dr. Natalie Roca. Dr. Natalie Roca, your leadership is invigorating. It is. And it's an honor to be one of the team players on your team, one of the players. And I really, really appreciate it. Now, and last but certainly not least, to my wonderful husband, Millard Gill, he isn't here today, whose example of leadership, patience, and love and support is unmeasurable. Thank you all again for your support. I have a few more things I'd like to say, but I just wanted to get that part out first. Whew. Okay, this past year flew by like a Toyota Corolla. It did. Thank you for the wonderful cards and emails, and especially the warm sentiments you sent when my father passed away in December. Please know that this recognition touched his heart also. And yes, he too enjoyed a comfortable ride in that shiny red Toyota Corolla. It's hard to capture every single moment of this wonderful experience, so I'm not going to try to. And I know everyone's trying to enjoy your lunch, so I'll speed this up a little bit. Just know that I truly appreciate the acknowledgement and had a wonderful time as the District School-Related Employee of the Year. To this year's Shining Stars, I leave you with this. Too much is given, much is required. 20 years from now, the way you perform your jobs will be different than the way you perform it today. No matter how it changes, stay informed, stay on the cutting edge of knowledge, and don't get left behind. You are not here by accident. Something about you stood out. Continue to be a role model. Continue to be you. Today, we honor you, Sarasota County's 2014 School-Related Employee of the Years, Shining Stars. Congratulations to you, and most of all, enjoy the experience. Thank you all for your time. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you, Marcella. At this time, I'd like to welcome our superintendent, Mrs. Lori White, our guest speaker.
Thanks, Al. This is always one of my favorite days because this room is filled with unsung heroes. You're always in the background doing your jobs and so often get so little recognition for it. So I hope you can sit back and enjoy today. I know it's, for many of you, you're uncomfortable with this type of recognition and praise. And as I told the teachers at the Teacher of the Year, just chill out and enjoy it. You know, I am always honored to have an opportunity to say thank you. And this is really a personal thing for me, for the 48 of you being honored today. And knowing that you represent the best of the best, but you also represent 2,000 employees that are doing an awesome job, or that vote would not have been the same for that referendum. That vote was for you as well in terms of the type of district you're helping us to have. When most community members think about people who make a difference in the lives of children in our schools, they probably think of teachers. You know, but teachers and administrators and parents who are in our schools every day know that as talented and as dedicated as our teachers are, they could not do that terrific work without the help of a remarkable team of equally dedicated and talented support staff. You are the heroes who worry about all the details, so others don't have to spend time worrying about that. When a teacher opens her door in the morning, she doesn't have to worry or to think about all the planning and effort involved in making sure the students arrive safely and on time, and that the lights are going on, thank goodness, and the building is secure and the temperature is comfortable, and the active board please is working. The bills are paid, there's a tasty lunch being prepared, and the parents in the office are getting their problem solved courteously and efficiently. Nobody has to think about all that. All they have to do is focus on instruction. At this recognition event, I always like to single out a few honorees whose contributions have been particularly interesting over the past year, and I plan to do that in a minute. But first, I want to share two things that struck me as I read the nominations for this year's school-related employees. The first is, even though the school support team have vastly different jobs, the best of you have very similar personal characteristics of character. Most nominations contain phrases that described outstanding professionalism, like goes the extra mile, can-do attitude, self-starting, motivated, and positive. Many others described a person with a deep desire to be of service to others. Phrases like loving and compassionate, sense of humor and grace, true care and concern, thoughtful and courteous. Those words appear throughout the nominations. We usually think of teachers being the ones that interact with students. It is true that some support positions don't have the pleasure of working daily with our students, or if they have contact with students, it's infrequent. But it also struck me how many of our support staff do work directly with students as well. The bus driver is for many students the first staff member he or she sees on the way to school. And as teachers, we all know that that interaction is critical for many students and how their day will go. The same holds true for the school receptionists, the clinic aides, the ESE paraprofessionals, the food service workers, and the custodians. Many of those support staff members are directly supporting the students' academic progress in many amazing ways. And they're supporting the positive and loving learning environment every child needs to succeed. I want you to know how much I appreciate and understand that your contributions to the success of our students is sometimes direct and sometimes indirect, but is certainly helping us get the job done. Whether you see students every day or not, I want you to know that your professionalism, your optimism, and your enthusiasm are vital to the very positive learning environment and working environment that makes our district one of the best in Florida. Though I'm very proud of all of you, I just want to single out a few that I thought deserve some special recognition because of the unique contributions that they have made. For some of them, it's a job is unique, and for others, it's because you have perhaps a common job, but you are uncommonly good at it. I want to thank Annie Kennedy, an upholstery technician in the transportation department. Did you even know we had a position, an upholstery technician? I didn't know that. And this is an individual who's having a profound effect on a child's success in school, and this is how she makes it happen. Annie makes seat covers for the buses that we use for special needs students. And she takes special care with those she makes for students with autism. Her nomination explains the seat covers are filled with pictures of family or favorite things that help the students transition from home to school or school to home. In many cases, it solves the problem of a child resisting riding in their safety equipment to being eager to jump into their seats. What a terrific example. What an amazing way somebody with that set of skills understands that there's a way she can contribute to the success of that autistic child. Another example of making an important contribution from behind the scenes is John Creasy, a plumber in the facilities department. John does not just install or repair plumbing, although that we realize is very important. He is constantly thinking about solving problems and improving how things work. His supervisor said in John's nomination, his motivation, productivity, and innovative personality have also led to considerable savings in our department. John is always looking for ways to improve the efficiency of the district's plumbing. And that, guys, is important. It takes a considerable amount of time, but his efforts have saved the district up to 3 million gallons of water a year. That means money that we can focus on our students in the classrooms. A visitor to the desk of Margaret Robinson, the administrative assistant at Cranberry Elementary School, had this to say. During the few minutes I was there, this is somebody observing her at work, She fielded a call from a parent, assisted a staff member with a blue form, assigned keys to a substitute, helped a substitute teacher understand the hectic schedule of the day, checked online with the substitute locator program, and addressed 2 students that were waiting to speak with the principal. She completed all tasks efficiently, effectively, and was unflappable throughout. Did I mention to say that that was in the first 5 minutes of Margaret's day? Tommy Watts, the senior lead custodian at Riverview High School, is known as the kind gentleman with a big smile and a helping hand. When he finishes his assigned custodial responsibilities, he is just getting started. His nomination said this: "What distinguishes Tommy are all the special things he will do beyond his regular responsibilities. Things that mean so much that are certainly not on his job description. Repairing a bicycle for a new teacher, decorating the courtyard for the holidays, setting up the sound system for a last-minute event, rescuing clownfish when the filtration system fails, or delivering donations to needy families after work. He is there to do all of that." Kathy Kennedy, the administrative assistant at Bayhaven School of Basics Plus, single-handedly brought the pet therapy program to Bayhaven and runs it on her own by coordinating the dog therapy teams with the teachers. Teams bring their pet therapy dogs to have students read to them. It calms children who may struggle. It excites bored children, and it helps students equate reading with fun. Hearing about all these amazing things being done by our district's school-related employees should raise a question in your mind. What would it take to be the best of the best in this distinguished company? Since the Florida Department of Education already has announced that our best also was one of the best in Florida, there is no need for a spoiler alert here. We already had that. We'll talk more about her later in the program, but I want to congratulate Booker Middle School Administrative Assistant Deborah Alvis Greenwald for being named the Sarasota County School District School-Related Employee of the Year, and for being one of 5 finalists in Florida's School-Related Employee of the Year program. Debbie, yes, Debbie is the first Sarasota County School-Related Employee of the Year to be a finalist at the state level. But as you can tell from the incredible level of talent, commitment, and love for children that all of you demonstrate in your remarkable work every day, I don't think she'll be the last. As enjoyable as it may be to be recognized for your incredible commitment, I know that none of you do what you do for recognition. You go above and beyond the call of duty every day to help our teachers succeed and to help every child reach his or her full potential. It's what makes this work so satisfying, and I hope you feel the pride that so many of our teachers and administrators feel when you see the accomplishments of our amazing students. Some of you have a chance to see that gratitude in a child's eyes. Some of you may have to be content with a feeling in your heart. Today, I want you to hear it from me and all of your other grateful and proud colleagues. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you do and for who you are. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Deborah Beasy. Sure. The superintendent says we can applaud each one. So. Gene Henley Jr. Troy Yeager. Kathy Kennedy. Trudy J. Lemarise. Deborah Elvis Greenwald. Judy Curtis. Emmy Anetta. Debbie Tippin. Margaret Roberson. Ronald Zimmerman. Sharon A. Cullinan. John Creasy. Nancy Wilson. Nancy Gooch. Janet S. Agello. Debbie Colavita. Sandra Ingram. Caroline S. Lee. Scott D. Anthofer. Jackie Mendolia. Jean Ann Maloney. Richard M. Clower. Jody Thoreau. Adam J. Yarbrough. Susan Manders. Cynthia Congdon. Tommy Watts. Nancy Gallagher. Maritza Cosito. Heather Ryan. Freddie Jones Jr. Val White. Tammy Carmine. Gina M. Perez. Diane Platt. Annie M. Kennedy. Cynthia Martin. Anatina Donchek. Is that right? Nancy Tessier. Julie Latchford. Kathleen Russo. Heather Mosher. Thank you, and please give a round of applause to all of us. At this time, we're going to ask our lead sponsor, Mr. Mike Baylog from Germain Toyota, to come and say a few words.
I'm not going to say very many because we're humbled just to be a part of this. You know, we sell and service cars for a living. We don't impact children's lives like you do. So, you know, when we go to work every day, we're very passionate about what we do. But I can see in the room, and this is my third year being a part of this, how much passion that you all have on a daily basis and the impact that you have on our kids' lives. So on behalf of our entire dealership family, we want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you that impact on a daily basis the children that are going to lead our future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. In preparation to say thank you to our School-Related Employee of the Year winner, I just want to put a couple of things out there that were in her packet that came from her peers and her colleagues. As Superintendent White mentioned earlier, it was an honor for her to be in the top 5 for the state. And there were positive and powerful things that were in every single nominee's packet that we receive when we read. And it makes it very, very difficult when we're scoring. I'm glad I'm not part of that scoring team. But I just want to put in a couple of things that were said in her packet. She is a stellar representative of the school district as she continuously strives for excellence in her work to support the needs of our administrators, teachers, parents, and students. She has worked for the district for over 25 years, providing outstanding support in a wide variety of areas within the school community as being one of the most invested stakeholders of the learning environment at Booker Middle School. She voluntarily sponsored the Web Leaders, which is a club where everyone belongs, for the past 6 years. She has also served as the 21st Century Community Learning Center's after-school coordinator, providing on-site administration in this program that is designed to address academic deficiencies by extending enriching educational and social services beyond the school day. She serves and supports the Healthy Pantry food programs, Links Incorporated, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, American Cancer Society, and bullying prevention programs. Her principal commented, "Debbie always finds ways to make all students feel connected to Booker Middle School. She has won the Caught Being Good Award on many occasions and the Spirit of Booker Middle School Award." Lastly, her peers commented that her caring attitude and willingness to serve in any capacity has made a difference in the lives of children. Please join me in a round of applause to honor our School-Related Employee of the Year, Sarasota County, Deborah Elvis Greenwald.
Please stay standing, please. It takes all of us here. Please give yourselves a round of applause because it takes every single one of us to make Sarasota County the best district in Florida. Please, thank you. I'm really not good at making speeches, but I have to say thank you. I have to say thank you to my principal for letting me step outside of the box and do the things I love best, is to be with children. She allows me to do that on a regular basis, and that means everything to me. Sorry, I'm about to cry. The other thing is that I want to thank my family, my husband especially, because the long hours that I seem to be doing things at home, he has to put up with, so thank you to my husband. But he realizes how my love for children carries on to everybody in our family and to him and everything. All I can say is that children mean a lot to me. They're my life. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't work in a school where I was allowed to work with children, to be honest with you. So I just want to thank LaShawn Houston Frost. Please stand for just allowing me to be who I am and doing what I need to do. Thank you. Dr. Detman, she's worked with me over the years. Please stand. She knows the love of children I have. I see so many familiar faces that I've worked with. Dr. Kingsley, Ruth Thomas. I've always been able to work with children, and that means the most to me. So thank you so much.
All right, Jack, don't go too far because Mr. Baylog has something for you.
I hope you enjoy this grace as much as Mrs. Gill enjoyed it.
In closing, I'd like to say congratulations to all of our nominees. You are all winners to us and to your school sites and to your department sites. We hope that everybody enjoyed today's luncheon. We invite everybody to take one of those chocolate flowers so they don't go back with us to the office. Nominees, make sure that you take your nomination bags with you. Please leave the bowls so we can use them for next year. And make sure that you eat all the desserts as well. Thank you, everybody. I hope you had a great time.